let's get to the dark and the wicked. In West Texas, there is a farmhouse that Michael is making his way to. It's his childhood home, where his sick father is bedridden. The wind blows like nobody cares. The windmill swings in the dust. As the sun goes down, the goats on the farm head to their shelter. An old woman is making a dress and singing, "Troubles and temptations. Is there any trouble anywhere?" Bottles clattering. A wind chime, you would say. A string of bottles that are hang around the goat's shelter to work as an alarm to keep them in or keep other things out. The old lady writes in her diary. She hears wolves howling in the distance. The goats are standing still in the shelter, and all of a sudden the windchime makes a loud noise. In the middle of the shelter, it looks like there's a demon with glowing eyes. As soon as it appears, it is gone, and then the wind stops. The old lady is now chopping up vegetables with a sharp knife. Chop, chop, chop. The chair slides out from the table, and she turns around, and the chair is facing her, and as she looks at it, the dark and the wicked title screen. In the morning, Michael's sister shows up to the farmhouse, where she goes inside and she sees Mama, and she says, "Michael showed up a few hours ago. I told you not to come. You don't need to be here." "I know, Mama." Michael and Charlie, the neighbor, is working on a trailer. Outside, Luis walks up. The sister, "You guys need some help?" Michael says, "Mom looks bad." She says, "Mom looks like shit." "Well, I am glad that you guys are out here to help," Charlie says. After dinner that night, Michael says, "It's gonna be okay, Mama." "What's gonna be okay? You're both stupid. I told you you shouldn't have come home." The kids now are outside catching up, drinking some beers and smoking some cigarettes. "We can't leave her." "Well, she might not want to leave." "Yeah, maybe." Michael goes in to take a shower while Louise slams the door shut because it's hard to shut. She walks over to the kitchen sink and she grabs a glass of water. The door opens up and she turns around to see it. And she puts the glass of water down and walks over to the door and shuts it and locks it. She walks back to the kitchen sink, and in the doorway to her mother and father's room stands a dark figure that she doesn't see. "What was that?" "Oh, just the wind." Mother singing, "Trials and temptations. Is there trouble anywhere?" And she's chopping up vegetables while Michael looks at her and says, "I'm going to bed." Mother stays up and chop, 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 chop. She's chopping up the vegetables. She hears the chair sliding over again. She doesn't turn around to look at it this time, but she continues chopping, chopping, chopping. And then all of a sudden, she chops off her finger. And she's just like, "Ow!" And then she starts chopping off the rest of her fingers. And now it's Tuesday. Michael wakes up seeing fingers in the sink with blood everywhere. The kids, they go out looking for Mama. They're yelling, looking for her mom. And then Louise sees her hanging in the goat shelter. Michael comes to help cut her down, but it is too late. She is dead. She hung herself, so it seems. Wednesday. Still at the house of their dying father in his deathbed, the nurse shows up to help out like she does every day. She she's talking to Louise, and she says, your mother would say things when she didn't think I could hear. Well, what did she say? She would sit right there beside him and talk, but she wasn't talking to him. She was talking to somebody else, like somebody was here. Later that day, Charlie takes them to the goat graveyard, where Louise asks, who was she talking to? It doesn't matter. Didn't know what she was doing, Michael says. Why would you say that? She chopped off her own fucking fingers. In the kitchen, she made herself die. Nothing makes sense. Louise now is going to take a shower, and she hears the door open and footsteps walk towards her. Give me 3 fucking minutes. She opens up the shower curtain, and it's her father standing there with his eyes all white, and piss starts running down his leg, and his head starts to shake radically. Michael runs in, and his father is not there. He is in his bed sleeping. He wasn't in there. Fuck, Louise. Do you want to talk about it? I don't. I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'm stupid. It was just stupid. As Michael walks by the bed, a diary falls down on the floor, and he picks it up. He walks